This is so good. Hey guys, we're going to be doing the Mercedes-Benz S650 Maybach today. Yes, we have a Maybach on the channel, and we're going to be doing an in-depth interior review of this car with Maybach pillows. It's going to be a long video, but definitely one that's worth the wait. So stay tuned.
Now, before we move on, guys, I do want to thank Ricatina Mercedes-Benz of Edison. They are a fantastic dealership to work with, and they've been providing all the Mercedes vehicles for the channel. I also want to thank Alan Conklin, who is the salesperson that I work with. He's really easy to work with. He is very, very knowledgeable about all the Mercedes products that come out. So make sure to check them out, guys. I'll leave all of Alan's contact information here.
Now, I know the party's in the back, guys, but let's check out the front, which is not a bad place to sit. So on the driver's door, what we have here is this nice sort of gray leather, as well as with that nice beige there inserts. Take a look at the top. We have that sort of carpet felt material here on top of the windows. These are double pane as well. Take a look at the nice Burmeister sound system here, which screws out when you turn up the volume, or should I say when you turn on the system. Again, that leather metal for the door locks. Nice texture on the outside. And here we have that gray leather moving across. You can see the different stitching there for the beige and with the gray. Nice contrast. Moving further below, again, we have that beige that breaks up a little bit more of that gray. We have our seat controls, the head, the mid part, and the lower end for the thigh. We have our heated, cooled, and the seat control for the passenger. So heated, cooled passenger. Memory seats as well. Memory 1, 2, and 3 for 3 different drivers. There's a Burmeister high-end system. We have that piano trim material which goes across, gives it a bit more classic look as opposed to the wood or carbon fiber. Moving further down, door handle metal, of course. Our lock and unlock. Plastic on the inside, however. Window switches here, all on metal. One up, one down, of course, and our mirror. And then we have our gray sort of leather here on the outside, moving into that piano black on the bottom. We have our trunk open here, and as well as some storage space. And then Burmeister high-end speaker here on the bottom. Fantastic design with that Burmeister. And we have the Mercedes Maybach logo in place of any Mercedes or AMG type logos they might have seen from the door sill. In the door sill, we have the Maybach name, and it's illuminated here, aluminum on the outside, as well as a little bit more on the inside. And the inside is a very nice place to be, as you can see. Take a look at the seats for the driver. You can see quilted here material in the middle part, which I haven't seen in any other Mercedes before, but it's very soft. Quilted material on the inside. Quilting continues down here in the middle part. Maybach logo there in the middle. And we have these sort of rivets that are there, kind of give it more of a premium couch or chair sort of feel. Not something I've seen in other Mercedes before, but in this Maybach, of course, no expense is spared. And that continues down to the bottom part as well, where you're sitting. And there's a lot of bolster support, both for your thighs and for your side support. Now, if we use the controls here, so if I move the headrest, I can move the headrest up and down. Move it up. I can also tilt it forward and backwards. Seat itself, I can move the seat forward and move the seat backwards. For the lower portion, a lot more controls here, so I can move the seat forwards and I can move the seat backwards. Pretty standard. I can move the front part of the seat down. I can move the entire seat up, of course. And then for the extension here, if I just press that forward, I'll have the calf extension move out there a little bit and move back in.
All right, guys, sitting inside the Maybach now. We're going to start going over everything. Starting with the driver's side, we'll move to the back, and then we'll go to the passenger side. So over now, the interesting thing with the Maybach is everything that was plastic on, let's say, an E-Class or even S-Class is now leather. So here, your A-pillar, which normally would
is leather. The only plastic part is this airbag thing, which I think has to be per regulation. But if you move up, this is also leather. This is really soft leather, so a lot of give. Not that you're ever going to be touching this, but it's interesting that they chose to have this in leather. Well, I guess if you're spending this much money on a car, then that would make sense. Same thing back here. So even the part where the speaker is wrapped in leather, which is interesting because no one's ever see that. A nice touch regardless. Okay, so we'll start back here where even the B-pillar part right here, which is usually, I mean, the worst type of plastic or some kind of weird carpet material is as well, which is stitched here, as you can see. Very cool. And I mean, really spared no expense, at least, you know, for anything that I can see here, and anything that has to be plastic. So this leather would be a little step too far, but in any case, so you have the seatbelt adjustment as well. And then looking up here, leather up top, stitched all the way around, as well as with the handle. They do have a nice little accent here with the chrome trim piece on either side, so that's nice. So when you grab this, really cool. And top here, you have your Bluetooth speaker, as well as the stitching. I do have to say, even though this is a driver's seat, and you know, the main draw to this car is really going to be the rear seats. In any case, this is still a very, very nice place to sit. And all the materials are nice to the touch. Sun visor moving down, we have a little holder for business cards, whatever it may be. A mirror with the light up top. I believe this is a 2, so let me just open that up so you can slide this away. And then you have a second one here, so you can block the sun from weird angles as it comes in. So that's a really neat feature to have. Close that. Okay, so beginning with everything else that we have, let's see. So starting off here, I went over the speaker. When I turn on the system, you'll see that these actually scroll out. They're at either ends of the car. They're also in the rear seats as well, but they scroll out. This is the Burmeister high end. So if you have the regular Burmeister, you won't have that, but if you have the high end, you have that, as well as a dome piece here in the back, which is right there. So starting off, I like how everything sort of swoops in together. So it doesn't just swoop in and this is pushed back. It flows together really nicely. Stitching continues. See, this portion swoops down here and it kind of lines up here with the gray, as well as the deviated stitching going all the way up top here above where the steering wheel is, and all the way there, that's where we have a heads-up display. Continues on all the way through the back here, again beige and gray, and here we have our AC controls. We can move up and down. We could also twist back and forth, and we have the little notch button, so we could turn that off or turn it back on. Piano trim that goes all the way across. Extends out really big here. I like that they have that IWC. You don't have those in the newer Mercedes anymore, but so that extends all the way out here. So we have the driver's assistant for the steering, lane keep assist. I believe this might be for the night vision, if so equipped. The rear shades, the information for the car, and then I think there's a blank for something. It might be a European spec mic. So we have our lights here. So we have this is going to be your dimmer switch for the display. So if you want it brighter or less bright, or dim it out. So you have auto, regular lights, the fogs, as well as the parking. We have electronic parking brake, which most times nobody uses because the car does it by itself anyway. Nothing too special. They're actually just black. There's no metal on either the brake or the gas, and nothing else there. For the dead pedal. And then the carpet's pretty soft. Not that it really matters because you're gonna have shoes on unless you are chilling in the back and have your socks off and you're able to feel the material, but that's a different case. Okay, so went over that. So the nice 2 screens sort of put together gives you a nice display to look at, as well as a large area here, so you're able to get both what you want in front as well as the main menus there on the right. Okay, here, which I'll start going over all the different functions, all the different menus. If you guys watch any other videos on the channel about the Mercedes, pretty much gonna be the same system. Might be a little tweaks here and there, but same nice screen that you see usually in E63 or S-Class in any case. Take a look around this. We also have our windshield washer and blade over here. Push in order to activate the fluid, and scroll up in here for the wipers. As you can see, low, and then it gets more intense as you blinkers up and down, so right, down for left, and then we have our high beams in and out. So if you want to flash somebody's this way, if you push away from here, you're going to have it on the whole time. We have paddles here, really small. You can't even see, just like a little, they edge out here, but
They're very still press them. I guess if you quick little press this way when you're driving. I guess you're not going to be going on the track or anything with this car. I mean, I guess you could if you really wanted to, but it's not where it's going to be. You're going to be driving, you know, whoever your client is in the back or whatever it may be. But you do have that option there. On the left-hand side, we have a return and home button. We do have those touch pads here. You can scroll up, down, left, and right. We have a cruise control on and off. We have a reset, cancel, setting the cruise control. And then you could also decrease or increase the speed, different increments. And this is the distance select, so less distance and more distance going down. This is wrapped in leather. Most of this, right where the airbag would sit in the steering wheel, is actually plastic. So here on the Maybach, it's actually leather. See a symbol. On the right side, home, but this is going to be for the main screen. So anything on the left is going to be the driver's display. Anything on the right is going to be the main screen here. Touchpad here, return. We have answer a call, decline a call, volume up, down, and also mute. The MBUX system, or should I say voice navigation, favorites. So we have leather wrapped here, but all around is actually that piano black sort of trim. So that theme is echoed throughout the car, if you could hear that. And then leather is much softer. We have the same thing here on the bottom. Swoops down. Bit of a different design than S-Class, I think. Usually it sits in a little bit deeper, but they put the Maybach symbol here. Or should I say symbol, not symbol, but I guess this would be just the lettering. So Maybach lettering there. And it's actually raised, yeah. So it's raised, and so this is matte, and this is sort of like a sheen finish, like a chrome finish on there. It's your steering wheel. And then per every you have drive, neutral, reverse, and park here on the right on the driver's side. So there's nothing here for the drive unit, but it's over there. Okay. Moving along, so here we have our start-stop, engine start-stop. Pretty normal as Mercedes standards go, nothing else different there. Piano trim all the way across. We have our AC vents here. Two for the driver here. You could put one for them. You could put one here, moving to the middle, blowing air to the middle. Same thing here, or both to the driver, or both to the passenger, whatever it may be. Which is nice to see. The newer Mercedes, like I mentioned before, don't have them, so it's cool to see here. It's a nice little touch. It kind of breaks up all the digital things that are very modern, gives something analog, so it gives an analog look to this. Along with the piano trim, it's a nice place to sit. Okay, so for AC, we have auto. We have increase, decrease temperature, increase, decrease fan speed, recirculation. We have a menu, rear defoggers, AC reset, and then for the right side, the same thing. So it should be a 4-zone climate, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 3-zone, but it should be 4-zone for both passengers in the back. We have Maybach here, and it's actually not raised. So if I press, okay. So here we have a little notch here, so we press that. We have, should be, right, but it's not. Oh, there we go. So here on the right, we actually have a cigarette lighter, which I hadn't even seen these anymore, so it's interesting to see that, but you have it there on the right, and you have your ashtray here. It's really cool to see these, I guess now older, really, I guess items that you find in cars and accessories, but that's what life was like. I do believe this slides out, but I can't get it to, that's what it is. Okay, so Maybach is there. It's actually embossed into this lacquer material that's here, so it's not raised or anything. You could put your hand over it. We have Maybach there. We have the chrome here. Push it back. And here you have a little storage with nice rubber on the inside. And you can move that over and you have a 12-volt there. So you could use either or. So you have some nice rubber material in there, and 12-volt as well if you don't want to use the one that's in here. You have the two cup holders and that nice Mercedes trigger. We could take this out if you really... Just lock it in place, but you could take that and have it more if you don't want cup holders. Nicer. Okay. We have here, so this is the older design with the wheel here on the bottom, and then here's gonna be your touchpad where you can write different letters. We have our massage function here. This is how we turn on massage, so I'll show that later. Navigation, radio, hazards, media, telephone, and then just the car. We have return here, so when you're using this, it should be pretty easy to just press return. Or the next one is home, so you can press left or right, and once you use the system often enough, it becomes pretty intuitive when you're driving, and then scroll left and right, and then you can press down also on the scroll wheel. Okay, we have a auto start stop, and then here we change the drive mode, so dynamic or comfort, whatever it may be, and scroll through the different modes. This is to increase the height of the car. So if you want to go over some, let's say there's a low clearance area, even though this car is not that low. If you want to raise the car, you can do that this way. Parking cameras are here as well. I've used it for parking cameras, or it's actually really used for parking spots, so the self-parking. So if you find a parking space and you want the car to do the parallel parking for you, you just press this button and search for the parking spot and do it itself. Return, this is for the media, and then also home. Again, this is a that's a touchpad, not a scroll pad, but you can write whatever letter you want here. Right side is going to be headrest down, okay? And then you're going to have off for parking sensors. We have our multimedia on off, and then volume as well. Move down the center console. Here's leather, actually. We have leather here. This is a harder material, but it's still in leather is what it feels like. And we have our carpet down here. No pass-through through there. Okay. This is really nice. I like that it gives a color contrast. If this car was maybe all black inside, it might not be as nice, I would say. But these details do give it a bit of a more premium look than just a dark cabin. Sure, at nighttime with ambient lighting might look better than this, but those are give and takes. So what they did with the Maybach is actually they made a quilted material up here, or should I say quilted pattern, but this is also softer than this. So I would venture to say that this is actually some kind of softer material, or they made a padding here. So when you are resting your hands here, or your arm, should I say, it has good support. Even though this would be nice, this is just an extra soft material to help out with that. Okay, so then if we want to open this up, and this does look really large, I think that comes out on camera pretty large as well. Press this side, and it's going to be that dual the Mercedes have. So if someone has their hand on one side, could raise that, but I guess it would open at either side. But so if the passenger wants to open, they could open on their side, and if the driver does, they open on their side. But no split design here. Okay.
Okay, so we see an area here for the USBs as well as the SD. We have our wireless charging here, which can accept a pretty large phone, honestly. And I'm not sure exactly what's underneath it, but just a mat, and that's really it.
Really no storage here. I'm actually kind of surprised. I haven't opened this prior to this, but I don't see anything else. So I guess whatever they use underneath here, probably for the drivetrain, must be pretty big. The tunnel, should I say. But in any case, that's that part. Moving up, we have our mirror. It's not exactly frameless. You still have an outside rim here. Nothing too special, just the garage home link, buttons 1, 2, and 3 over there. Then we have our sunshades here. So if we press that forward, no. Okay, let me actually, you know what? Let's do, that's the startup of the V12. Very quiet. If we press this forward, this goes forward. And what you notice is actually the rear passenger stuff, there's open. So I think there are 2 different controls. Yeah, so you just press this one to work the back one. Press it to open it as well. But I think what we're gonna do is, if we have this running, is probably close it. And then we have this part here for the top. But neat design. Okay, then we have our lighting. Press that. Those are our lights. So it illuminates the whole cabin here in front very nicely. We have our reading lights, which they usually come from the mirror. Yep, there it is. And then if you want the one on the right, there's a right side one as well. Turn that off. We have our Burmeister high end here. This touch, I do like how it's machined out. This doesn't scroll out or anything, but it's still really cool to see here. The only thing that sucks, I would say, is this is usually the place for the sunglass holder. So as a driver, I'm not sure you're gonna place it unless this does. No, this wouldn't open because it's a speaker. So they take the place of the sunglass holder and they put the speakers here. But in any case, SOS. So if you have a problem with your Maybach, which that would be a problem, you could press that button there. Mercedes Me is there. The dome lighting in the back is there as well. And that should be it. There's the Mercedes dome for all the different Distronic and all the drive systems there. And that should be it. And then we're going to start going through all the different menus. All right, so going through the driver's menu, pretty standard layout if you've seen the older cars. Actually, one thing I did want to show you, this is what it looks like when it scrolls out. So I think yeah, if you turn it off, it will scroll back in, but this is what it looks like scrolling, or scrolled out, should I say. So on the left, we have our miles per hour. Right, we have our tachometer. We have our temperature, our time, park, our gas here. This can be our assistant here, and then also our engine temperature. We also have passenger airbag on and off, and here's our light system. So what we do is we're going to go to return home. So we have service, driver assist, trip, and I'm just using this touchpad here. Navigation, radio, media, phone, heads-up display, and design. So if we go to designs, we can go to, that's in classic, we can go to sport, more sporty design with that yellow, and then we do even progressive. So progressive we have is basically as you accelerate, it starts illuminating different portions of the screen, and it's supposed to signal more progressive, I guess, feel of the car. But anyway, we're gonna go back to classic. Okay, we're gonna go to heads-up display, which I don't see there. Let me move this, and if we do this right, position. Now guys, I really have no idea how to do this. Usually you scroll up, but for some reason it's not. I think I might need to turn it on, but that doesn't seem to make sense either. Okay, in any case, we can go service. So service is going to have your messages for anything for tires, assistant plus, there's coolant also, and engine oil. So you'll be able to check all that here. Driver assistance. See your driver assistant for, and then also our attention level. So distance that's set there. Our trip. How many miles this car has, the range and consumption. Eco display from the start and from reset, and also just having your miles per hour there in the middle if that's how you like to have it. Navigation, we could have it here. It will show a map here if you have a destination put or presented there. Radio, no radio on right now. Media, nothing there either. Phone, we're not gonna have it connected, but that's ready for Bluetooth. And that's really it. So what you could also do is you could scroll to the left here. That's not gonna do anything, but if you scroll to the right, you can select this screen. You can see that you have little bubbles there on the right. So you could have G-force, you could have the economy from start. If you scroll up again, you could have the eco boost, bonus, should I say, eco display. So I'll show you your MPG and you know, when you're accelerating, decelerating, the rolling, and also you know, how you're driving will add mileage to your car depending on if you're accelerating harder or if you're letting the car coast, whatever it may be. Okay, and then if we scroll up, we're gonna have our navigations here. So sorry, it's not in the middle, it's actually on the right. That's what I figured it would be, but, and then we could also have our regular just tachometer there on the right. All right, so that really covers it, that main part there. Not much else. If there's anything more in depth and detail you guys want to see, you can see the previous videos, but it's pretty straightforward there. The main part here in the big menu is where we're going to start seeing different things. Let's press the home button. This is our home button, so we could start off with, let's start with navigation. So here's where we are, so we could scroll out, scroll in, do whatever you want. We have our time here on the top left. Okay, and then if we want to select, we could do 2D, 3D map, we could save, we could send, and then also for weather, all that stuff is there. Is this touchscreen actually? It is not. So how do we get over to the other side to put in navigation is the question. Should be this. Let's return. There we go. So what we do is we just swipe right here on the touchpad. It's a much older system, but in any case, you can enter address that way if you wanted to. Press down, say, there we go. Press that again. Previous generation voice guidance is here. Waypoints, info, route position, and options as well. So map content, announcements, text information, all that. And that's what your right side is going to be. Okay. We're going to go to radio. Should twist this. Okay, so there's our radio settings. We have search, favorites, tune in, and pause, as well as settings for this as well. So I believe if we go to the right here, we can go to options. Does it give me a Burmeister system? Parental controls, parental controls for radio, that's always funny. Go back here, go to media, Bluetooth audio player, not authorized, but it's there in any case. Phone is here. Okay, it's regular phone settings. Could go back. Oh, let's go back again. Okay, so Mercedes Connect. We have a browser, we have the apps, CarPlay, as well as Android Auto is there. Okay, we have vehicle. So seats, here we go. So if we go to the seats, driver's seat, what we can do is we could go down. So you see here, this is how you select up here, and you can select passenger seat, you can do massage. So for massage, we have high intensity, which I don't know if that's on. Oh, that's just intensity. Okay, relaxing, hot back. Let's do the classical one. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. You can see on the screen here where it's activating, so it's quite nice. Turn that off. So we have the different massages I'm gonna do. So high intensity, we have hot relaxing shoulder, activating massage, classic massage, mobilizing massage, and active workout is all there. Dynamic set. So we have dynamic set. Basically, when you go around the turns, the bolsters will then inflate on either side depending on which way you're taking a turn, right or left, in order to support you into the turn. Lumbar support is here. So this is where you could draw how you want this. So you could have it in or more out depending on how your back is curved. We have our shoulders. And that's okay, so this helps support your shoulders here on the top part. So it'll inflate in or out. That's actually, I've never seen that on a Mercedes seat before, so that's different. Side bolsters, we know, push in and out. Seat heating balance, so we could have just the backrest, just the seat only. You could have equal, depending how you want it. If you just want your back to be heated because, let's say, you've been lifting something all day and you want to have some relief from that, you could just have the back. So neat feature to have. And then there's reset as well. Climate control. It's really hot in this car, but you could sync. You have different climate mode. You have the air freshener as well. Ionization, footwell temperature, all that is in there. Our dynamic select. So we do individual configuration. If we do that, we have, for the drive mode, you could do comfort, sport, or manual. We have our suspension, comfort, sport, and curve, which is interesting. Curve, I haven't seen that one before. Steering, we have comfort and sport, and ESP, comfort and sport. Okay, assistance, this would be just your driver's assistance, so traction control, traffic signal assist, camera parking, active braking assist, speed adjustment, attention assist, which it's monitoring you, the lane change assist, active blind spot, night vision, which it does have the night vision. Nice, that's cool. I'll show that later. Consumption is there, light settings, ambient lighting, which if you want to mess around with that, but right now what you can see is we have the purple up top and on the bottom. We also have the red here in the middle, blue in the bottom, and then we have the ambient lighting in the back. So you have the different multicolor here, different brightness zones as well. You have multicolor and you could have it on welcome, or when you're changing the climate, you could change all that if you want to. So here's all the different, pretty much the same Mercedes colors that you see, but you have the display of the front and the rear, so you could change the brightness there. Spotlight, okay, so that should be when you're approaching the car, just the mirrors, right where the door should be, there should be some lighting there. Daytime running lights, all that shows as a locator light, so spotlight, might be something in the back then. Then you have the light switch on off, interior light switch as well. Vehicle settings, standby mode, there's belt adjustment, so when you get in the car, it'll tighten the seat belt. Acoustic lock, so you can hear an audible lock when you press the button. Auto folding mirrors, automatic door lock, trunk lid restriction, easy entry and exit, so the steering wheel and the seat will move. And panel heating, so your door will actually be heated. Or show you this part here, and it should be the middle part here as well, where you rest your, I actually forgot the name of this, but where you rest your hand here. You could also have the heating there as well, so I'm not mistaken, front, left, right, rear. Oh, okay, it's just the panel. Oh, yep, and it has the middle as well. There you go. Kind of expected with a Maybach, but okay. Then you have system. Display designs, input, audio connectivity, Bluetooth, command touch, parental controls if needed, time and dates. You could set that IWC this way. Language, I was curious to see what kind of languages they have. They should probably have a lot though. Decent amount. Units, personalization, software update, system backup, pin protection, system info, and reset. That's gonna be your system there. Now, again, you could have the hotkeys. You press nav, it goes to nav. We have radio, it goes to radio, whatever it may be. If we press this button for seats, we have the massage, so it goes straight to the seat portion here, and we can adjust the seat however we want to. Okay. What else did I want to do? So this is the raising the car. This is the parking, which is not going to show up because the car's not on. All right. So if I leave the car, so you can see how it scrolls back in. And if I turn the car on, should scroll out, I think, if I increase the volume. Oh, there we go. Let me start scrolling out. So, very cool. What I do want to figure out is, there's a parking sensor, so there we go. We can mess around with the different parking. G63 over there. Rest down. And that should be it. I just want to get to where the night vision is. Assistance. And automatic display of when persons or animals are detected. Oh, okay. So it's an automatic display. Night vision when animals or whatever are detected. Oh, okay. I thought you could like turn it on somehow.
Now for the fun part, guys, climbing into the back of this thing, which is phenomenal. But let's take a look at this door really quick before we go in there. We have our sunshades here on the left and also on the right, as well as in the rear. Aluminum for metal piece there for the door lock. Again, we have that gray and piano black sort of trim. We have our seat controls here, of course. Burmeister high-end with a little bit of a different speaker design. Heated, cooled, and memory seat. There's a memory, and then your seat controls as well. Metal door handle. You have your windows as well as your sun blockers there as well. And we have a little bit insert there for the, you'll see ashtray later on and some storage. And then the Burmeister high-end speaker there on the bottom. And look how much space you guys get here in the back. It's absolutely insane. We have, of course, our Maybach pillows. I'm going to put that there on the bottom. You see everything's quilted. Very nice. Everything's soft. Those headrests are even softer than leather themselves. So these pillows are, as you can see, a lot of give there. Same sort of design as you have in the front. Quilted design. You have the pillow here for your lumbar. You can take that away if you don't need it or if you don't want to. But these pillows are quite cool. Mercedes Maybach logo on either side on the corner. We have our extension here, which is way better an extension than you have in the front. We have our screens up front here. And the center console, there's a lot of stuff going on there. So I'm going to be going over a bunch of that stuff there. Side sill, we have Mercedes, we have the Maybach lettering there, as well as the aluminum. So if I move the seat here, we can move the seat up. And we're going to move the headrest either up or down. Could also move the headrest, let me see if I can move it forward. Yep, tilt it forward or back. Bottom part of the seat, we can move it forward, backwards, and we also tilt the top part of it here. You can extend this part down or up. So you could really recline very comfortably in this and lean back and enjoy the ride.
So sitting in the back, it is probably the best rear seating that I ever sat in. But this is amazing. So what you have, I know it's dark now, but I will turn the car on as well. But starting off, I don't even know where to start off, but we have our door here, which I just went over. We have our shades here, so that's going to be this button here, I believe. But first we need to turn it on, so that makes sense. You know what? Let's go turn this car on. You can see the ambient lighting and how nice it is. So calm and peaceful and great and opulent and amazing and leg room and awesome. But anyway, so this is the door we went over. So here's gonna be our, if you press down, the shades are gonna go down.
This little part here, and if you want the window to go on, you can have it go down. These are also double pane windows, so it's gonna be really quiet. There you go, you can see the double pane there. It's gonna be really quiet, so you just press up on this, one touch of course, and then one more time you can have the little netting come up. A small one here just to have everything covered. It is really peaceful back here and very, very quiet. So when I was recording, barely hear anybody who's talking outside. You have our AC here in the B pillar, so you can turn that on or off and have it pointed wherever which way you want to. We have a coat hook here as well. Burmeister. We have a speaker there. We have one here in the middle as well as one on the right. This, which is also quilted in leather, if we press down, is going to be our light as well as our mirrors. If you want to look at ourselves and whatever it may be, if you want to go to the gala or something, you know, you can go check that out. We have a screen here, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. Oh, there we go. Maybach or Maybach. And you have the seat controls, climate control. I'm guessing this is not touchscreen. It's probably going to be here, which I'll go over shortly. Everything else here, you have also pocket here for whatever you want. Obviously, legroom is really, really great. You could use this forward so you could sit upright, or you could really put it down. As you can see, all the way up to here, and I'm lying down, and then you press forward, and then that part up. So I'll show you guys what that looks like as this is moving up. Basically, I am essentially almost lying down as much as you can. My head is here, and I'm looking down and lying down as well. So I could have the pillow put in the back lumbar support if I really want to as well, just for extra cushion. But this is more of a recomposition. It's not completely flat, but raising the legs here as you wish, and also having the recline in the back makes this very comfortable place to sit and to spend a lot of time in. So we're gonna move this back because otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep. That's how comfortable it is. All right, what we're gonna do is gonna go through the center console here. That's what it's called, center console. Okay, I guess we can't move that anymore. Here we have quilted pattern in the middle part. We have two air vents here with a Maybach symbol. Open and closes as we wish. So we could have our climate control here on the left, and then the person I reckon have their own climate control as well. You could have it off or on. We're just gonna click that off. Pretty standard. Not for the rear, should I say, but, and then we have this huge part here which we could throw open. We have a big cup holder and a small one, but we have this cup button here so we could cool it or heat. So it's heated and cooled cup holders here in the back. It's just awesome. I mean, you know, you put a cold drink in here. It's actually with this sort of metal material here. You could put the drink in there. You could keep it warm. I think the only other step in this would be to have them alternate. So I have a button here somewhere, cold one hot. But I mean, I don't know. There might be a situation like that. But in any case, super awesome feature. You have a huge storage place here in the bottom. It goes pretty. And there we go. The lighting. We have a little place here we could open up. We actually have it should be a cigarette lighter. Yep, there it is. A little light there as well. And then a 12. Not much storage or anything else. Moving across, we have this part here, which is quilted, very, very soft. The seats, of course, are very soft as well. I don't think I went over that, but immensely soft. You can see how much you could recline here. I mean, it goes into the back pretty well. We have a seat back, should I say, a cushion here for your head, makes it even softer. Quilted, very nice. We open this up, and here is where things get even crazier. So those are two remotes and two tray tables. So if I could figure this out, okay, bring this up, fold this down, swing this somehow. Oh, there you go, open it out, and there you go. And now I can recline and work on my laptop or whatever it may be right here. I could watch something, eat or drink. Could have my drink down there.
It's kind of hard to reach, but I guess if you want to reach through here, oh, you could actually reach through here, okay. And you have a nice little table in the back of your Maybach and get driven to wherever you want to go. So both the driver, both driver and passenger, both passengers have this option. Here's one as well. This is the remote, which I'll go over as well. But we have our plugs there, and USB as well as HDMI. So assuming you can probably plug in whatever you want and watch it here as well. So here's our remote. There you go. So you can see it's just like a TV remote, Navi, radio, media, cars there. So it says rear, so you can set that how you want to. So you could probably just start scrolling through things, I guess. So I unfortunately can't, that's what it is. You know what? They should mark these. So on, no. Goes to the front, but for some reason, I can't get it to work back here. Oh, there we go. It works up there. Oh, because I have it as command instead of... Ah, there we go. That's how you switch it. That's so interesting. Look, so you do like a little, it's like a little scroll wheel. Left, rear. There we go. So you could actually switch it up front for the people in the front. That's insane. So go to car. Here we are. So we have seat. We could press our seat. We could go to... Oh, these seats are massaged too. I mean, I kind of expected it, but like, damn. Classic massage. Let's see. Oh, this is the best, guys. This is this is so ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. I mean, here I am with a remote in the back, reclining with a tray table. It's like I'm on a plane, but I'm in a car with the... It's amazing. Let's turn this off. This is crazy. Lumbars here as well, so we could have that lumbar support. You also have the pillow as well, which I mentioned. Side bolsters, which you could adjust. Which that's an interesting thing. That's not something you see in the back. None of these you really see in the back. Seat heating balance is also here in the back as well. So basically all the function you have in the front and a little more so is here. So very cool. Climate control in the back. Energizing comfort should be the perfume. Ionization, yep, refresh, warmth, vitality, enjoyment. So it works with the system in order to release the fragrance and as well as with music. So it's all there. Some of these are, it's even a training platform, I think, or trains the system. But that's all here. I think there's one connected, but I don't want to use that up, so I'm not going to turn that on. But ambient light is here, so you could change the ambient lighting in the back to whatever you want it to be, although I do really like the blue or purple, whatever you want to call this. But all those functions here in the back as well. Panel heating is here in the back as well, so right here. And display settings. Oh, actually, I think there was a little bit more there. Oh, we have all the normal, yep. This is insane, guys. It is actually insane. Language, oh yeah, so basically the same thing as you have in the main menu in the front, we could have here in the back for the most part. Here's your controller, so on Navi, the globe button here, which goes to the browser. Radio, media, car, and this is how you switch the car here, so, or where you want it to go. So if you want command, everything, left rear or right rear, so you could set it. Very cool feature. You could also use it as a scroll wheel, up, down, left, right, so you can see how I'm scrolling here. Return home, volume down, mute, volume up, and then the different modes for the media. Okay, so we're gonna put that, should I say, put both those in there. We're gonna fold this up and figure out a way to, oh, look at that. It's like I own a Maybach or something. Okay, so this should be, well, at least it's an option in any case, where the fridge would be. But that is unfortunately not one of the options on this car. I think there's a CD here. All right, it's not one, but there's a CD player there in the back. You can't see, but it goes pretty deep. Instead, what you have are these things, which, let's see what they are. So there's two of them in there, if you don't get the fridge. And what these are actually headphones. So you could plug these headphones in and you can enjoy your media here. Anybody can have their own media on that side and enjoy whatever you like. Listen to whatever music, watch videos, or whatever it may be, and adjust your seat and get really comfortable here in the back. Let's see, the Mercedes branded. I don't see Maybach on off there. Very cool. Small, but nice to have. So I'm here on the right side, and the only reason I'm going to show you guys this is because there's actually an additional feature that the right side has, the left side doesn't. I'm sure some of you already know. And that blink that's on the left side is actually this, and that's to move the seat forward. So this seat forward, so if there's nobody there, you can just press that. And now you're controlling the front, and you could move the front up if you want more leg room. So if you're the only passenger in this car, you would basically, or should I say, yeah, only passenger. So if you're, that carpet feels very nice. If you are you have a driver and you're the only passenger in here, you pick this spot because this is the most leg room, the most spacious, should I say, because you're able to move the front seat up and you're not disturbing the driver. But there's a good amount of leg room there anyway. But if you're a taller individual, 6 foot, then this might be an even better space for you. So we have that. And that's really all that's new on this side, but just a different look. So I was able to find this Ashtray, Mercedes logo up top. If we just flip it open, there you go. I'm sure this thing goes for probably like a few thousand, but that is here. I think it fits in there. There you go. I almost forgot, but here we have our Maybach pillow. So beige on either side, nice gray here. We have basically it's not embossed, it's stitched in there, Maybach logo. So if we switch it around this way, there's our Maybach logo. And guys, on the other side, just in case you forgot if you're inside your Maybach or not and you have another pillow in your car and you don't know if it's a Maybach, well, guess what? It is a Maybach. So that way you do not forget that you're inside a Maybach. So sitting in the passenger seat, okay, the worst off of the passenger seats, there's a quilted material here, which I just noticed actually extends from out here. You don't really see that from the driver's side. Very cool touch to have here. It really breaks up the cabin here. It doesn't make it just one solid piece of this beige. Nice to touch also. So all these materials are nice to touch, but this is much softer. So anything quilted here was softer than just a regular leather. But you have your AC controls here, which you could actually close if you want to, or pop open if you want to adjust. And there's actually fine adjustments. There's notches in there, so instead of just having it stopped here and just open close, I don't think you guys can hear that, but there's notches in there, so you could have fine-tuned adjustment. We talked about the A-pillar, everything being leather, so pretty much everything here is on as it was for the driver's side. Nothing else is new, heated and cooled seats, all that stuff. The only thing we have is, of course, the glove box here. So if we look into the glove box, there's a good amount of space. We could reach in there. We have some space here on the bottom, so you could have a whole, I don't think you guys can see those 2 clips there. I think you could hold some cards as well. Here's our fragrance bottle. This is what I didn't want to use. That one actually uses, it's about halfway full, I think. That's what it looks like. That might just be, yeah, it looks about halfway full. So that's what's used for the part of the ionization, as well as the energizing comfort, as well as the fragrance into the cabin. So that's what's used there. As you can see here, this is the chilled glove box as well. So you can turn that to have it open. As you can see, there's a hole there, or closed. That should be closed. Yeah, and that's open. So you have the AC on. AC will blow in here and keep whatever items you have here chilled. You have your unlock there, open the trunk and lock as well from the glove box. So you could lock those functions into this glove box. So if you're having it valeted or whatever, maybe you could have those items locked there. And that is really it for this side. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the trunk really quick. Just hold this button on the key fob, trunk goes up. And we have the standard close and lock button. So we have the lock button there and the close button there on the left. Just some lighting there, items on the top of the trunk. And also the trunk release, a nice green button there in the back if you get yourself locked in the Maybach somehow. Now you know how to get out. Some netting here on the right, and a 12 volt. And we also have not too much space because that's where the headphone cubby would be, and a speaker there as well. Aluminum side still there for loading items, and then the bottom part here is like a tow hook, and that's about it. Press the lock button and we're done. Thank you guys. That wraps up the interior in-depth review of the S650 Mercedes-Benz Maybach. I'm going to drag out this interview so I could spend more time here in the back playing with these Maybach pillows and just staying here until they kick me out. But in any case, so I do want to thank you guys, because it's because of you guys watching and supporting the channel through subscribers and likes and comments and keeping the channel going, and having the interest there is why we're able to record cars like this. I'm able to get inside these cars that I never thought I honestly would, and share it with all of you. So thank you for that, and hopefully there's more to come, something along these lines and maybe a little bit more, but we'll see. So guys, till next time.